Morning YouTube, Trevor here, Summit or Nothing. Today I am here to talk to you a bit about my 10 favourite items that I've acquired over the years since I've been hiking. So a little bit different, but we're going to take a look now at my favourite items, hence the name of the video. Any of these products that you're interested in, there are links below, so go and have a look. They're in no particular order, they're just my favourite items. I'm going to start with the active maps. Now I don't know if you've seen the active maps. They're just like your normal OS maps, but they are like made of a vinyl. They've got like a vinyl plastic overlay, so you don't need to carry them in a waterproof folder, which gives you more freedom when you're out on the trail for opening it and turning it, especially if it's raining, you know. If it was raining and you was out and you had to turn a page and you had to take it all out, you'd end up getting your map wet and then your map would break. Now my Dartmoor map lasted me a good while, but recently just gave up the ghost, just tore at the seams. And I'm sure that could eventually happen with this, but it's a lot more robust. They're a few quid extra, but I just think it's well worth buying, because then, like I say, you don't need to carry a plastic map holder, so you're cutting the cost there. So that's number one, my active map. Number two, now I wouldn't say it's my favourite tent, but it's the DD HAMMOCKS ultralight tarp. Now I've got it in a different bag because somewhere along the line I lost the bag, so I packed it into this, which I don't even know what this bag was for, but it's ideal because it's got a strap on it, so I can just strap it to the outside of my bag if I need to. But the DD HAMMOCKS SUPERLIGHT ultralight tarp, 3 metres by 3 metres. It's a great makeshift shelter. You know, when I've been out with Tom and we've had the 2 tents, we stick this up as to cooking. Like, you could also carry this easily in your bag. It barely weighs anything. If you've got your hiking poles and you'll get caught out in the rain, it starts lashing down. 2 minutes you can stick this up. I mean, all your pegs are in there. It comes with all the cordage all tied to it, so you haven't got to set up anything. It's all set up for you. So that's a great buy, something I'm glad I bought, something I actually do enjoy sleeping in as well, but I don't mind carrying that as an extra precaution, and I'm actually looking forward to doing some tarp camping along the coast soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that before the summer's out. My next product is the TRANGIA Mini. I've only recently purchased. You'll see me using this in my next video, a solo camp up at Dartmoor, and I cook again some of the tasty chili chorizo pizzas that Tom had shown me. It's a really sturdy little container. You can see it's got divots in here so the lid clips in. Everything's packed in there. You've got a shallow pan or a bowl for cooking in. You got your pincers. You know, I was using the jet boil for so long, which was really only ideal for boiling in a bag. Now I realise that there's potential for cooking out on the trail is huge. It's one of the earliest stoves, it's going back to basics, and it's just, yeah, a great little product, and I'm looking forward to getting out using that again. Well, I'm going to go next into clothing. I just completed the Jurassic Coast Mighty Hike, 26 miles. It was horrendous weather to start, it was wet. And I knew it was going to be wet, and I sort of thought, do I take my hiking boots? And I thought, no, I'm going to take my Columbia Conspiracy 5 out dry trainers. Now they're looking a bit filthy, I haven't washed them yet, but these were amazing. It was wet, it was muddy, but not one bit of water came through my boot, my shoe. I was completely dry, my sock was completely dry all day. There was no discomfort. About the 20-mile mark where we stopped, I did put an extra insole in, just because I was starting to get that dull ache, but you get that from walking anyway. I usually get that a lot earlier, and especially as I was walking on roads, which in the past has crippled me, these trainers saw me through. They've got an out dry system which makes them waterproof, as I said. Extremely comfy, extremely light. One of the best buys of my Summit or Nothing career, I'd say. But to accompany that, the next product I'd like to talk about, which is product number 5, is my BELEGA anti-blister resist socks. These anti-blister socks, I took these, I wore them with those for the Mighty Hike. I took spare socks to change, but do you know what, I didn't change my socks all the way through. These are comfy, The elastic is just about right, it doesn't need adjusting all day. It's mohair, so it's lovely and comfy, lovely and soft. It's got a what they call a Dynamix air conditioning system, so it keeps your feet cool. So yeah, blister resist BELEGA socks, definitely worth a purchase. Let's stay on the clothing line. My TRESPASS down jacket. Now these are reasonably cheap for down jackets. It's real down, so it's not synthetic. It compresses into a bag. The bag you get, actually, I find that this will compress 4 times smaller than that bag. So I've got rid of that bag and I just tend to shove this into pockets. It is an amazing layer to put on when you're camping. It really does get the heat up, as down jackets do, but it's reasonably priced. Whereas, you know, if you're paying for a bigger name, you could be sort of 80, 90, 100, 200, the price goes up. So for a reasonably priced jacket, definitely worth having a look, and it has become a must take on all my camping. Next is a new product. Now it's a BIOLITE headlamp, 330 lumens, which means it's very bright. It is very bright, but it is also quite expensive. I wouldn't have thought I'd have spent so much on a headlamp, but when I saw Tom had a similar headlamp, how bright it was just stunning, really amazing. And also my old headlamp was battery powered, and it would be forever turning on in my bag. The batteries run out and then it would be faded. And especially when I'm making videos, a bright light is ideal, because if I got outside the tent with my old headlamp, you can barely see the tent when I film it. Whereas this one here, I tried it out on my last camp and I stood on top of a tor and shone it to my tent and you could see it clearly. So yes, it's about 45 quid. It's USB charged, so you don't need batteries. And I just thought it's a great purchase. Once I've bought it, I won't need to buy another headlamp. So yeah, a great buy. It leads on to my next favourite product, my PEBBLE charger, USB charger. It tells you how much charge is in there. It goes up to 99. I can charge my phone numerous times on this. I charged the headlamp and it didn't even take it down a notch to charge that fully. It's just great to have if you're out on a trail, you need something decent. A nice size, it's nice and sturdy. I can plug it into my phone so I can take my view ranger and keep all my apps running to record my progress across the trail. It's just a handy little bit of kit, and we end up taking this everywhere with us anyway when we go out for family days. Brilliant product. We've got 2 more products left. The SAWYER Mini water filter. Look how small it is. You get the bottles, obviously are a bit bigger, but this will fit tidily into my bag, wrapped around the pouch. It's easy to use. It's always good to have a water filter on you. The statistics on it, the specification is astounding, really. So it is one of the better ones on the market. And last but definitely not least, the NATUREHIKE Cloud Up 2. This has become my go-to tent just for ease of putting it up, the rigidity of it, the room inside. It was amazing to see it out-survive an MSR Elixir. I mean, this tent was taking the brunt of the wind all night, and Tom's MSR was behind me, and this tent was flattened in 60-mile-an-hour winds. But the next time I tried putting it up, it was all intact. There was no rips, there was no bent poles. It was absolutely perfect condition, whereas Tom's MSR, as we know the story by now, was mangled. So that's my favourite products. Hope you've enjoyed listening to me ramble on about gear. Don't forget there's links below should you be interested in looking up any of these products yourself. If you've got any alternatives to any of the product, then leave a suggestion below in the comments and I'd love to have a look at them in future. Anyway, that's it for now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good week and I'll see you soon.